This guy's a really... We thought KJ played a lot of Treant.
Yeah, but this guy.
Anyway, so I'm sure a good Treant player nonetheless, of course. As we are loaded into game number 1 now, as you can see. And both teams, in fact, all smoked up. And Lava right now, they're getting aggressive. They feel pretty confident, perhaps, about the level 1.
I mean, they do have a pretty decent level 1, right? I would say Visage, like, just that hero on its own is super strong level 1. Dawnbreaker as well. You have a lot of bodies. Whereas for, like, Balrogs, yeah, I think you have a little more, like, the pathetic level 1 type hero. So it's going to be good of them to... Oh, Mr. DCMC has to be a little bit careful here. This is under ward. He's dropping them the high 5.
Yeah, it's like...
Because he feels it. Yeah.
Very suspicious about some action going on. I mean, it's the Earth Spirit, the Dawnbreaker. Yeah, if he gets a little too close, definitely something could happen. But apparently, DCMC is those spider senses tingling, and he'll go further south. So he's going to be fine. No action as a result of that, and instead the bounty rune's going to be pretty neutral here as a 2 for 2.
The one other thing we have to keep in mind a little bit about, at least like later in the game, like when a 4, 5, 6, is that I think Balrog's rotations to mid are not very good. You have Tree and AA. They're not very good at camping runes as they have no stuns, but they're also very slow. Like, it's not easy for these heroes to like maneuver to the middle of the map. So that could also be a big difference maker to like help your Storm Spirit pick up some runes by rotating your Earth Spirit there, or maybe your Dawn as well. So we'll kind of have to keep our eyes up on that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely watch for those even marks as far as those runes spawning and how much advantage Storm Spirit's able to get as a result of those you're talking about. But top lane, off the bat, Dawnbreaker's in with that Celestial Hammer and thwacking the Ancient Apparition, but now that it's on cooldown for another 10 seconds, of course, has to respect. She did go the Orb of Venom as well on the Dawnbreaker, so wants to be that bully support the best that she can.
Yeah, I do kind of like that as well. When you play against AA, like AA4 is, I think it's very volatile, and I like that Demon on AA has boots first as well to kind of like help him out in this lane. So I think like both of these players like understanding what they need to do, right? You get the Orb of Venom to try and stick on top of him, but he already has boots to like just keep this distance, because that's all you can do as an AA in this lane is keep your distance and get off as many hits as possible.
So mid matchup, and one that we've seen many of times before, Tiny versus Storm Spirit. Tiny with that big tree, and I feel like it just always comes down to the same of Tiny's going to get his farm.
Yeah.
It figures Storm Spirit's probably going to do the same, so this should just be a fairly even one.
Yeah, this just sounds like a very like even type lane. I think like the reason I also mentioned the support rotatabilities earlier is that it generally like the game breaks open more like between minute 5 to 7 in this matchup, depending on how you really use your supports. And I really feel that Lava should have the upper hand there.
Bottom lane, Excel in trouble, and in fact he is in dead trouble. First blood going the way of Lava Esports. Just simply could not get away between Visage and Earth Spirit. And obviously Gyrocopter is not really a core that can assist too much, especially without a rocket barrage threat.
Yeah, like you just have the homing missile. I mean, Visage is just so good against some of these heroes that want to like stand their ground and man fight, because Visage pumps out so much like damage over just a few seconds. You also have the blood grenades. So yeah, I think all in all, just using the heroes properly, they get level 2, they throw out all their stuff, and I don't know, I just feel like Visage is a really strong hero nowadays as well. This hero used to have very low base attack damage, but now being universal, you buy some more stats suddenly, 63 damage, level 2. This used to be, you used to have like 52 maybe at this point, so it's a big difference.
And certainly, throughout history, I was right there, Earth Spirit trying to knock up Treant, but watching the top lane, the harassment continues back and forth between them. But yeah, one more on the Visage, it used to be like you need those familiars to be any bit relevant in the game, but not really the cases you're talking about there at this time. Between Soul Assumption and Grave Chill, 2 very good nuking abilities that can provide a lot of threat and even kill potential, as we've seen. So.
Gets the Lotus.
Demon, is he dead? One more attack. The Oof, it's not even necessary. The attack is there and gets the kill.
Yeah, just a good play. Like, even with the boots, it's just a little bit hard, right? He gets on you with the hammer, he has the Orb of Venom, and honestly, I love this choice. Just goes to show you how the little things matter a lot. Without Orb of Venom, I don't think that kill will happen. So even in that case alone, it already pays off. Gives you XP, gives you Medusa XP as well. So overall, just good plays from Lava in these lanes right now.
Yeah, giving them the 2-0 start as far as hero kill goes. But I will say, when it comes to CS, all 3 cores on the side of Balrogs are looking very good, consistent across the board. Storm Spirit, that slight advantage as far as the big picture goes. But yeah, the core is doing pretty good, so even despite those 2 deaths happening, Balrog seems to be in a pretty stable spot early on.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you have 21 and 4, as you mentioned already. I guess we'll have to keep our eyes on this Underlord. I think that top lane could go out of control in terms of the CS into Medusa. So I would say it's like the second part of the game. Like, when this guy gets his Vanguard, or even now already, I think he's pretty happy in the lane, which then it would allow Demon to like maybe stack some cams, stack the triangle for your gyro later, or then go play with your tiny mid. So it's just a lot of like small things that need to go right now for Balrogs.
Yeah. Yeah, Underlord, he's feeling pretty tanky at this point. It's about to hit level 4 as well. Yeah. We'll see if he gets the Pit of Malice for some kill threat, if he keeps the Firestorm leveling up on top of that. But either way, his CS good early on. But Medusa, she's doing pretty good herself. 20 and 1 now, keeping up with the Underlord.
Yeah, it's definitely doing fine. I think 20 CS at this point, like you're kind of more than happy. I think looks like there's some stuff going on mid.
Oh yeah, that's rotation.
Like some TPs or whatever. Okay.
All right. I guess our Spirit, roaming over. This is those rotations that you're talking about in the end, having a TP away, but those call.
Well, I guess, making sure that your Visage is going to get some solo XP. I think Visage will be pretty happy about that. Similarly with Gyro. These heroes, they just want some levels. The higher level Flat Cannon, you can just kind of screw off to the jungle. Visage, you're going to get your birds, so you can maybe like rotate down bottom. And I guess, I don't really see much happening anymore to the Underlord. I think he's going to just kind of be A-okay, I think.
And then as a result of that, just building heavy aura, sounds like that's what you're getting at here. Just get the,
yeah, I think so. Like,
pipes, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have a lot of value like out of those. Like Dawnbreaker, Visage, Storm, that's a lot of like magical damage. But then as the game progresses, there's several 2 birds. Medusa finally joins. Then Crimson Guard is good as well, so... Honestly, not looking too shabby.
Yeah. Does have that early Vanguard to work with, and keep an eye on the progress as far as how that improves. We're coming up to 6 minutes. Speaking of that rune control, top rune, Nengo on Tiny. He might be in trouble. Tossing back the Storm Spear, but Earth Spear for the other side kicks him right back in. And Tiny is going to fall. That's exactly as you're talking about, Keisu, and Lava's on top of it.
Oh, it's very nice rotation. I like that both supports are coming mid. Smoker on the Earth Bird, he rolls in, he drops the block grenade, kicks him into a storm, and yeah, I mean, this is just, you can like sometimes kind of see it happening. I think Lumpy has also been doing like pretty good. Like he's slightly winning mid, which makes it even easier for this kill to happen, as Tiny, like, he's not full HP. So yeah, all in all, just, understanding what they need to do and just executing it.
Love to see it. And back to their lanes they go for the supports. Dawnbreaker up at top, kind of wrapping around the side here as Underlord's pulling the creep wave into his tower, but that's Dawnbreaker going to be a little tricky here. I guess it will be spotted by the engine operation thanks to that ice vortex. So any type of sneaky play she was trying to make, not going to be the case. Maybe a creep pull perhaps, but either way,
like try to steal some wisdom rune. I feel like he could, if you really feel it, I think you can go for it, because I guess they don't really have like a secure stun. But if they're both there, seems okay to me. You just back off. You're like, okay, 1-for-1 trade, maybe go pull again, allow your Medusa to just get the farm and XP. And I think, most cores are still pretty happy in this game. It's a bit similar to what we saw yesterday, where every core, they're kind of getting what they want.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you take a look at the Tree and Protector right there. If I read that correctly, Tree and Protector is undefeated so far in South America.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Oh, there you go. It's I don't know, the hero just looks very chill, right? You have, I mean, Tree and Armor has always been like a very good spell, but he just had like, I feel like it was hard to like make use of all the other spells, but now Leech Seed is good, and you have a lot of range carries being played, which Tree and loves to have, so it just kind of goes hand in hand.
Well, that's good news for Balrogs as far as the success rate of the hero, of course. So, but early on, it is Lava Esports with a slight advantage. We got more rune control happening. Double damage will be bottled up by Tiny this time, and not much resistance put up. He did have both supports in the area. They were ready to fight if need be, but not the case.
Yeah, it's definitely, you kind of have to do it. Like this DD is just like a game changer. Maybe I would say even if you find the Storm now, if he's full HP with just like an Ice Vortex from high range, that could be enough with a DD to just make something happen. I think Fatson on the Underlord touched on it earlier. I think he's going to just be chilling up here. He's got the Vanguard, he's got the level 6. Just going to clear through a triangle with your Ice Vortex. And I'd say one of the next timings is just going to be the Visage 6 perhaps, and you're going to see some pressure down on the bot lane.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Hits level 6, has Familiar, is going to summon them out, is Visage, and start putting some pressure on that bottom tower, as mentioned. Storm Spirit finding himself doing a bit of jungling currently and keeping up farm with the Medusa. As a result of that, we're also, of course, having the neutral items starting to drop, so more incentive.
He's got a tumbler toy. So, I mean, generally you kind of want like some form of mana regen, but maybe he's been a little unlucky. And, well, it can help you against like some tiny avalanche, and it increases your mana pool, so he will make use of that. As one thing I will talk about when there is a Medusa against Gyro is that one of them got a Spark of Courage and the other one did not. So this is some win percent increase by at least 3% for the Radiant, I would like to call out here.
There you go, Gyrocopter making the right call, apparently. Oh, bottom lane, gonna try to assist for a kill on a Visage as well. Plenty of damage and lockdown.
Easy kill.
Enough. Easy indeed. I mean, Earth Spirit got in there, but it was just way too late at that point. But that was definitely execution at its finest.
That's also like a very nice move, right? Like the way that Lava would kind of like speed up the game right now is we talk about Visage, you get 6, you pressure the bot tower. No, they instantly smoke there, they kill the Visage. I think they also instantly just killed his Spirit, so 1 more minute on them not being alive either. So just allowing your Gyro to just keep farming and living in this bottom area like very safely.
And starting to move back towards that mid lane, and hoping for the bottom rune spawn was Balrog, but it spawns top, and that means Storm Spirit will get a bottled up haste rune, and he's currently in the Radiant jungle with Dawnbreaker nearby as well. Definitely could be having some action as a result. Treant Protector going in, throwing down that Nature's Grasp, but unable to get close enough. He just hit level 6, so Overgrowth will be leveled, but didn't have it then, and as a result, no kills taking place there. But yeah, Gyrocopter certainly benefiting from what happened there at the bottom lane.
Yeah.
He's building towards the early Ags.
Yeah, he's just gonna be farming it up, Falcon Blade into Ags, as you mentioned. I also like that when you do have this AA, or you have some of these post 4 heroes who, like let's say like AA, SD, they're not the strongest laners, but what they can do is just stack very easily. And we saw that Demon had already stacked like 7 camps, so helping himself get golden XP, but also his cores. Now he's got the levels, and with this tiny blink, I think this map could be very hard to play for Lava, like in the next coming minutes.
Gyrocopter. Bottom, farming more neutrals down there, but top lane, again, oh, actually here's smoke going up. What was that? Ancient Apparition and Tiny. They're actually heading towards the bottom lane, hoping to maybe go for another play of Visage, really keeping him in check. Arcano currently at his tower, but if he goes any bit down, there is a ward over here to his left, so they're going to see him, and he could be in trouble again.
Well, let's see if he can read this, which it is definitely good if he can, but either way, like just keeping the Visage away here is such a big deal. As Nengo will look for the jump, but they won't quite find it, but Lava are going for a return smoke of their own at the moment.
Tiny running into the Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit with a haste rune, and Tiny realizing not a fight he wants to take currently. That's walking away, and Storm Spirit being disciplined. He could have certainly kept going right there and tried to make a play, but knowing he's going pretty deep in the Radiant jungle with lacking vision, not worth it.
I mean, that's also like one of the reasons why you often see some of these heroes come out against Storm, like your Tinys, your DKs, maybe Kunkas, is that it's just harder for them to get jumped and killed, as it looks like there's some top rune action. I think we've got some Fiend's Gate as well.
Oh, yeah, the first Fiend's Gate. I love to see it. And that was the case. Ancient Apparition was camping the top Arcane rune. They saw Storm Spirit coming over, though, so picked it up. And I thought that was going to be the death of him, but he had Tiny backing him up right there. And then, of course, Underlord coming in with the Fiend's Gate as mentioned. So, well played. Okay, so we're going to get a mech rush on Fatson here, which I think, is totally okay. I think any type of aura is good. Sorry. Bottom lane. Yeah, actually, call down. Coming out, going for 2. Donald as well. Not going to save his teammate, and Dawnbreaker regretted that decision. There's just too many numbers here. Earth Spirit running away. Can he get away? The homing missiles channel, but Storm Spirit in the back line. He's going to clean up on Treant Protector. He's low on mana, though. Lumpy has to be careful with this. Has maybe enough mana for another Ball Lightning if needed. Is not going to need it, though. Smoker also getting low, but numbers-wise, favoring Balrog. Yeah, they're just doing some nice stuff right now. And also, like, when this Dawnbreaker comes in, there's a lot of, like, AoE that you might just be going into, right? Like, even just an Ice Vortex, some Treant spells, a Call Down, an Avalanche, or even just a Pit of Malice. That stuff is very annoying, as Gyro has an Aghanim's at 30 minutes, and he's actually queuing up the Diffusal Blade right now, which, honestly, I would not be opposed to it at all. So, wow, yeah, so the Axe, Diffusal Blade. So, the Diffusal Blade, of course, for the Medusa, really? Yeah. I guess the mana burn against some of the other heroes is also not too shabby. And another, I like how they're like
I like to call this the save the king smoke. Like you smoke behind your most important hero, and it's either like, okay, nothing happens and he just really takes the tower, or if anyone comes, see you later, you just blast him off the map.
Yeah, they are certainly ready. Tiny's got that blink in hand, ready for any kind of commitment to make it. He's like, give me an excuse, please, to use this item. I want to, but they're not going to. Again, the discipline is there from Lava, but do they keep going with this? They're going to maybe infiltrate the Ancients. Now, what I was going to say earlier before that fight broke out, Medusa was farming what had to be a 4, even a 5-stack Ancient stack there. So her farm was still looking pretty good while that fighting was happening. But yeah, still Balrogs getting the better of it.
I mean, both teams have some, probably some of the best stacking takers of the entire game, right? With Gyro, Medusa, so not too surprising to see some of them come out. And yeah, but I mean, even with all those stacks that Medusa did get, the fact that DCMC, he's been in all these fights, he's been free farming all the time. He's nearly 1k gold ahead, and honestly, he might just stay there, right? With the Aghanim Scepter as well, just enhancing his farm.
So you were touching on Underlord as well before all that chaos happened at the bottom lane with that mech. He's not going to go the full Guardian Greaves just yet. It looks like he's going to transition more into a pipe. As hold that thought though, because middle lane, Ancient Apparition opens
nice
in.
Kick.
Picked away though, saving his teammates. So Dawnbreaker surviving for now. Those flat cannon attacks though are so much damage from the range, and Tiny will finish the job. In fact, he gets both on top of that call down. Arcano with a bad spot. The Fiends get us up as well. Here comes Underlord, baby. A bit of malice. Buyback from Dawnbreaker's mentioned. She flies in. However, is it going to work out of the end? DCMC getting low. DCMC falls. The buyback's proven to be very worth it so far. Fatson, he's trying to get the hell on out of here with the PK, and he will be successful. Takes it back to where he came from. So they did kill Visage as well. This fight breakdown is going to be interesting. It does suggest a slight win for Balrog when it comes to net worth. But
I mean, I guess you bought back both the supports, so the next time they die, it will be like a little costly, of course, as they will be dead for quite a bit. But one of the biggest things of this fight is definitely the fact that Medusa got to come in and clean up not just kills, but also XP and DCMC dying. I think his game being slowed down is very crucial, but to be fair, when he respawns, he's got, I think, like a 10 stack waiting for himself in the Ancients. This is disgusting.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, look at where he's teleporting. Yeah, they are protecting him at all costs, because not only is that diffusal going to be finished from this, but oh my god, the game is lagging from just how massive this is.
Honestly, I can see, like, literally, like, the change alone to stacks, it makes heroes like AA4 or just AA and you put in the offlane SD4, as long as you have heroes that can like kind of take it but also protect it if they come to fight it, it just gives them so much. Like even just Demon alone, I think he got like 400 gold from just all these creeps being killed. He's got a phylactery, like he's chilling.
Literally chilling.
Yeah.
Ancient Apparition and all. So yeah, he's feeling pretty good, and that's one of those cases. Sure, you look at the impressive farm at Gyrocopter, but you give a pat on the back to Demon because he's the one he's doing all the heavy lifting there. So
yeah, this is where like, wow, Gyrocopter's so good. You know, in the meantime, the AA is like giving away his arms so this guy can play his game and have the most farm ever. But yeah,
true support, true position 6 support right there.
Indeed, never get the recognition. I feel like it's slowly changing, so it's good. But yeah, for Medusa, you'll of course just have the most standard build, I think, of all in Dota, which is the Manta into Skadi. Even though it looks like, I don't know if he's changing his mind, because he has a Butterfly queued up after the point booster. So maybe he's like, okay, this guy is buying a Diffuser Blade, therefore I buy Butterfly. You know, maybe it's some next level generation stuff that I'm not aware of yet, but I can see it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, though. Maybe, I guess that makes sense. You betcha with that point booster, unless he's going to the Axe route or something like that. But yeah, no, definitely that Butterfly queued up. So keep an eye on over the next couple of minutes to see how that continues to progress there. But middle lane, definitely action setting up. Bit of Malice put down with the tiny combo. Earth Spirit didn't stand a chance, and you just got to be so careful pushing out any creep waves like that, even on your own side of the map, because with the tiny initiation, it could be the end.
It's just similar to a game that we casted yesterday, where if one team has like this really strong mid with follow-up damage, it was Ember yesterday with like a Mirana, playing and pushing out these mid waves is like the most dangerous part of the map, because it's so easy to go there, you look for a pick, you find it or you don't find it, and then you just go back to a side lane. So if you're Lava, you really have to be careful around this mid river. Like they will just continue to kill you there.
Yeah.
Maybe even up here too.
Exactly. Hey,
No, that's just
hugging your
creepy.
tower is not even safe. I mean, Dawnbreaker's like, I'm in the trees next to my tier 2 tower. What more can I do? So.
And here you just see like a little bit of the buyback earlier, right? Like sure, earlier they got this kill on Gyro, but now Dawn dead for 50 seconds. Like now suddenly the buyback from earlier, it matters. They had a really nice lane ward as well beyond the tower, which saw the Dawn in the first place. So Balrogs honestly just doing a lot of nice things in this game.
They really are. We haven't seen Medusa too much. I mean, not that that's a rare thing, pretty typical when it
Classic
comes
Medusa.
to her just farming, but she did pick up the Eagle song, so
Yep.
I would think it's safe to say she is committed towards the butterfly now. But, you know, you get the butterfly, it feels like you're getting to that point, okay, Lava Esports, they need to start fighting as a team after that, because this is getting a little bit out of hand with the success of Balrog currently.
Yeah, this at least it will also enhance your farm a little more than Skadi. Like Skadi's more the tank up and like maybe go for a small fight play. And it looks like they might be trying to find our good old friend Demon. He is dead.
Well, Storm wants more, and he's going to get more so far. Will it work out? It looks like it. Dream Protector. Fiend's Gate's down, so Underlord is going to show up in the Malice. Here's Medusa,
Lucky out
though.
of mana.
Lumpy is out of mana, as you pointed out. Solar Guardian, though. Dawnbreaker doing what she can. The flat cannon attacks from afar of Gyrocopter, but you see Medusa trying to do the same thing in her sense, running away with that Stone Gaze, playing very defensive, and Balrog absolutely dominating that fight when it's all said and done. The buyback from Ancient Apparition is certainly helping, but yeah, those flat cannon attacks are flying from above, and that's when you knew the Balrog was going to be favored.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like the best case for these type of carries, right? A fight breaks out, they get to come in from the side and just kind of clean up, where there's a pretty similar fight to what we saw earlier. One team is like going very aggressive. You have two buybacks come out from both the supports, and yeah, Gyro now 1k ahead of the Medusa, and I think his item build is really damn nice. I love the Ags into the Diffusal, now the BKB. I think that they're just ready to fight. Like, not just that, but also your Underlord is getting all the items he wants, right? We touched on the mech pipe, so I think this Gyro right now is really scary.
And it's going to get scarier because I'm guessing they're going to give Gyro the Aegis as they're doing Roshan currently. So the Dire side, they're really heading down? Not really. I mean, Earth Spirit's scouting it out, but this is definitely not going to be defense. They are just doing the Tormentor in the meantime.
Yeah.
They're trying to, but they're not even going to commit to finishing that, actually.
Like, at least they're getting 2 Wisdom runes, so that is like one little play. As Smoker, he's looking though. Or oh, he gave himself vision perhaps with the roll. Well, not close.
Oh, okay. And now he's just down here.
He's just making space and giving vision. Honestly, I kind of like when, you know, you're just in the area. You know, if you feel it, you can make it happen. If not, whatever. I'm just around. I can't really do anything anyway. So, but yeah, Age is now on the deck as well. Let's see how they want to play the map. Maybe force a tier 2 or smoke over. Looks like it will be the tier 2 or maybe the Tormentor.
Yeah, this goes back to they didn't finish the Tormentor earlier. They actually instead of running away, and now it's just going to be taken by Balrogs instead, from the looks of it. So, that's,
well, maybe this is where the Underlord can come into play. You take this Tormentor, enter tier 2, then you Fiend's Gate, you kill your own, you come back, and suddenly, bam, you get a double. As it looks like they're not sure if they want to do it either.
What is happening? This Tormentor, like, it's
too strong, man.
I guess.
The Tormentor,
like,
dude, this building is just too good.
Well, that was Balrog. Yeah, they were definitely on different pages right there because it was only Underlord and Tree and trying to kill the Tormentor. There's no way that's going to happen. Anyways, we have a big smoke action. Here we go. DCMC gets exposed. Storm Spirit flies away immediately. Going south. They catch Visage, though, hanging around a little bit too much. The pipe's not going to save him. The combo from Tiny is there. Tiny are in the background. Earth Spirit catches Ancient Apparition. Starts
to nice overgrowth.
Throw locks down Storm Spirit as well. Solar Guardian coming in, Dawnbreaker, trying to help save the day, keeping the Storm Spirit alive for the time being. The Stone Gaze actually put in the son of Gyrocopter, but he is still plenty tanky. He's going to BKB and go for it now. He says, all right, you want to fight? I got my Diffusal. Medusa, that life pool's going to start draining. The mana just gets eliminated, and Medusa is dead. As a result, another successful fight for Balrogs.
I love this Gyro build. I think it's actually really cool. Like, even when he was Stone Gazed, he was dealing more damage to Medusa than the other way around, just because of the Diffusal with the Axe, like, still doing work. They find, like, the Visage at the start of the fight as well, even through, like, the pipe, just burst her out, and it's just making it look, I think, way too easy. Like, you just run in, your Gyro here, you get this perfect jump already, and see you later.
Yeah, even with the butterfly, it did not matter for Medusa. But also, Lava Esports was clearly very maybe not different page, but I mean, yeah, you're seeing the recap of the fight right here. I think the overgrowth from Treant is what kind of set the tone of the fight because Storm Spirit, they went to the back lines, they tried to kill Ancient Apparition, I think, but the overgrowth came out and then it was just pure panic at that point. They were split up from the Medusa and it was kind of like Balrog was in the middle, they killed the right side, and then all of a sudden Medusa was by herself, which we saw what happened. So yeah, just a clean fight for Balrogs in terms of their execution. Lava Esports, on the other hand, just simply got too scattered.
Yeah, it's been very clean. Like it's only a 3K net worth lead, but I feel like it feels like it's more. So I think like in terms of win probability, yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. It feels more like some 70% game, even though it's only a 3K lead. I think this is a little bit scary for Lava.
Look at this Fiend's Gate play. They Fiend Gate to the Tormentor. They finally kill the Dire Tormentor, and then they're gonna Fiend's Gate all the way back into the other part of the map, into the jungle. So
yeah,
all right, Balrog's making the call there.
No, I liked it too. It was like at the start of this whole, like when the Tormentors and Wisdom Runes were first introduced, I was like, oh yeah, you know, Io and Underlord, these heroes are gonna be really cool. You can like go back and forth, you can steal some Wisdom Runes. So Underlord has died off a little bit, but the same play, it's just still in the game. Okay, looking for some more plays.
Well, zip-zapping around, going for that Treant, but he's not an easy kill, especially with Underlord nearby, and we see this again, the overgrowth happening, and Storm Spirit has to respect that. He's nearly out of mana, zipping back to base, so they go for the jump, but as long as support's nearby, it's not, and no kill's going to be easy for the side of Lava Esports right now.
Yeah, they've got so you have 1 more minute on the Aegis. Butterfly is, well, it's about to be on the deck for DCMC. He probably wants to go hit a little bit. He is pinging it, as they do have a mid-wave, so you do have some time before backdoor will kick in.
Tier 3, it's already at half life, so what do you do if you're Lava Esports? Dawnbreaker sitting from afar, waiting for the call, whether or not they want to go. So the tower goes down, but yeah, I mean, you look at the minimap, all 3 lanes are being pushed out by the Dire side, but they're going to lose the top racks at this point. They got the creep wave. Okay, so backdoor will kick in, and then melee racks at least will survive, but they give up the tower and the ranged racks. Get some presence on the map themselves. I suppose not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I guess it's okay, at least because you had a lot of heroes on the map, right? Top, mid, bottom, all getting some XP, some gold. Might be dropping a couple birds here to get resummoned, so we'll save that. You get a courier in the meantime. Now Fiends Gate to another Tormentor. It is Torment time once again.
This is what you're talking about, and I love to see this because, yeah, Underlord, this is one of the reasons in theory why I like Underlord so much. This Fiends Gate ability especially, the idea of what you can do with it. But
yeah,
the times we've seen Underlord, maybe it has been underused, but yeah, no, this is certainly being used very well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Doing his part.
Like the fact that the map is bigger, it just makes mobility like more important too, as Lumpy has to be careful.
Oh no. I thought there was no way they're gonna catch him. The Pit of Malice cast time, you know, you figure he's gonna be able to react, but he doesn't see him in time.
Yeah, like even through the shield rune, you have the AA shard as well, which is instantly just going to stun upon the Ice Blast as well. And it's just too many stuns. Ava, toss, pit, double stun from AA. It's just, yeah, rough.
And, you know, what's the obvious answer at BKB? And sure enough, he does have it queued up on the side of Storm Spirit, but it's a long time in the making because he likely wants to finish the Scythe first, which he just needs the ultimate orb for. So
yeah,
it's going to be a while before Storm Spirit has that.
How do you defend this now without your Storm? You do have a glyph, so that could delay it a bit, but looks like this one is just free. And I feel like if you really want to, you could poke mid a little bit here if you're Balrogs. So let's see how much they want to continue.
Yeah, don't see why they would feel intimidated. I mean, still 10 more seconds on Storm Spirit, but even with Storm Spirit up, as a team, as long as they're together, which they are right now, they feel certainly superior at this point.
Okay, so they did get the creep wave at least, which means there won't be too much time.
Oh, back lines. That's going to be a jump. It looks like Treant Protector will be blasted down before he can ultimate, but the combo of Qhali, Earth Spirit having to fight this. Call down being used. Medusa, she's just trying to run. You can see this whole time from the Gyrocopter. So now Gyrocopter having to stand his ground. The familiar stuns being used. Not the most deaths in this fight. It's a 1-for-1. And it looks like the Dire side and Lava Esports has retreated back to their base.
But it's just a lot of I mean, they do get to pick the tree and off, right? And they also save their racks, at least for now. I would assume that they're not gonna just force their heads into this. There's a DD rune up top, which they don't know yet, but I think it looks like Tiny is looking for it. So if you can, I mean, I guess you can even bottle it on Tiny, and that's A-okay too, but looks like, okay, he's gonna drop his bottle for his gyro. So yeah, this is gonna be a scary gyro. And he was already scary.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you talking about? He's pretty scary, but yeah, this is a godlike gyrocopter. Do not want to be in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Especially with that double damage up, and it's hard to not be in the vicinity because again, flat cannon. Wait, so is this typical? It might just be a noob right now, but he doesn't have any points in the rocket barrage.
Yeah, I think there's definitely people who like to do this where you just rely on everything else, that you just tank up, you give yourself more damage, it's fine. I think there's going to be other carry players who would like the rocket barrage slash fighting a lot more. But I think if you're playing this build, I'm totally okay with it.
Interesting. All right. They clear out the illusions of Medusa. 5-player smoke. Here's that 4-1 strategy we were talking about earlier to smoke behind him. Although Angelor doesn't care. He just gonna run on up and assist his teammate. He's got that atrophy aura. He's also working with, he has a Helvin's Halberd. Yeah, this Underlord is so beefy right now. Guardian Greaves, etc.
I mean, they can just go next. Like, what is stopping them? They need to do something to this gyrocopter, I think. And it's just not easy.
They keep trying to cut the creep waves. They're playing so defensive in assets, but Earth Spear from behind now for Solar Guardian in the front lines. Gyrocopter, he's standing his ground though. He's got a BKB when it feels necessary. So far, not yet. Dawnbreaker's dead. She's staying dead. Medusa, mana's at half. Has to be careful. Homing missiles. In
Look
channel.
at the
Arcanos die. Oh my god.
Nice,
This is like, what is happening? My life is just gone. No buyback for the Visage. And the death ball just cannot be stopped, Kizu.
They're just, yeah, I don't know. Like, even when the storm just zips in, he gets his mana burn, and yeah, lava, they just call it. I think they kind of know that this is, I don't know, it's just too hard.
Yeah, this impressive performance from Balrogs. I mean, it kind of was an interesting game though, because it's, yes,